What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Dogecoin today. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. It is the 25th day of February, and here we have about, I want to say, 9 hours left of the day? Yeah, 9 hours, 7 minutes left in the day. Again, hit that like button. Thank you all for being here. Let's talk about the price action. Okay, we're up about 10% on the day, which is nice. It's actually above what the average altcoin's doing right now. More or less on par, but still a little bit above average, which is nice to see. Dogecoin, you guys. The reason why I'm talking about Dogecoin today is because I think we're at a phenomenal historical opportunity where Dogecoin is yet again at 10 cents or even below 10 cents maybe by the time you watch this video. We'll see. We'll look at the short-term stuff and see what's going on. We almost went below it right there. But just in this general vicinity of 10 cents is such a blessing to acquire more Dogecoin. There you go. Now you're below 10 cents. And we look at this here. Take this overall high to this overall low. You can see I'm not doing anything fancy, right? The point here is at the top. The point here is at the bottom of this overall move. We take this move here, right? Where we're going to move it and we're going to put that high right there alongside of that high, right? That's pretty spot on if I do say so myself. Let's just try and get it more. Let's see if it's more accurate. Yeah, like right. It's a little bit higher, whatever. The low here, you can see lines up perfectly with this low as well. So basically what I'm getting to is we saw the exact same move here. This is what's known as a ABC correction. ABC correction. Now, there's a lot in this, right? We talk about ABC corrections as if that's it, just full stop there. It's okay, it's a correction, but really think in depth what that means, okay? What is a correction? Well, typically, corrections are ABC patterns, typically. And this is a pretty damn perfect one if I've ever seen one. What is a correction? Well, when you're moving up, however you're moving up, right, and you have your little divots, whatever, the corrections are here. Correction, correction, correction. What is a correction? It's a stopping point. It's a time where we consolidate, where we stop, where we shake out the weak hands, we get the bulls excited, we give them a bull trap in the middle of it, whatever, and we further shake out the weak hands. It's a time where if you do it properly and you DCA down, you'll be able to acquire Dogecoin or whatever asset you're looking at a cheaper price, relatively speaking. If this is a correction, that implies it's a correction in an overall upward sloping move, right? You moved from here to here, but it wasn't a straight line, was it? There were corrections and corrections and corrections and corrections, but you're still in an uptrend. Throughout Dogecoin's whole life, and this is not the all-time history, if that's not the all-time history either, there we go. This, I think, is just one giant correction, and it might be a part of a overall larger accumulative phase. Overall, I believe we are shifted to the upside. It's a higher low, higher high kind of trend. We do have I guess technically we do have a lower low here, don't we? Is it a lower low? If not a double bottom, whatever. But it really makes me think: do we go lower? Is this the low for Dogecoin? Because we're in a really odd kind of situation with altcoins and Bitcoin. Because altcoins have been held back, they've been punished for so long that we really could see Bitcoin progress in this bear market. And as it progresses, as it goes down, Dogecoin probably moves down too. But before we progress, we're probably going to move up. In this time, Dogecoin and other altcoins might move up as well. They might move up exceptionally. And when Bitcoin moves to lower prices, altcoins will move lower as well, but perhaps that provides a higher low. Does that make sense? And just, I didn't mean to draw it this way, but just looking at that there, that actually could be like an inverse head and shoulders pattern, the way that I drew it there. I'm not saying it'll happen exactly like that. Don't take that to heart. But I'm just saying we're in this weird situation where altcoins, at least the relevant altcoins, could be at low points already, and that they don't go any lower for all of 2026, yet Bitcoin is still in its bear market and it could go lower. And I'm not saying all altcoins, I just mean some relevant ones, some like Dogecoin that I think are overlooked and have a lot of potential in the future. I really do believe, from here, 10 cents, I do believe that Dogecoin will see prices that are above $4 at some point in the near future. What I mean by near future, it could be 2 years. It could be 3 years. in the near future. I mean, it could be by the end of this year. I doubt it. I highly doubt it. Um, but all in all, this just fits the format of a correction. I think of this as like a move overall. This was one move up here. Now we're correcting from that move. We're going to continue our next move up, then correct from that move, and then who knows, man? We might get that breakout where that takes us all the way up above $4. The way I have it drawn here, that'd be in like 2028, 2029. Who knows? It might happen exactly like this. It might not happen anything like this. I'm not drawing it to be accurate. I'm just giving you a visual representation of some thoughts here. Okay, that's all. We look at the 1 hour time frame. We zoom way the hell in, getting away from the macro stuff, and you can just see here, phenomenal movement. Phenomenal movement from Dogecoin. I want to get on the USDT chart for Binance. Good volume. Volume's increasing. We love to see it. 1 hour indicators all look bullish, all good. 4 hour time frame looks bullish as well. Still some stuff, still some work to do on the MACD, still some work to do on the price action. I mean, clearly here, Dogecoin being a blue chip, it's in the top 10. It's moving up above the average altcoin today. It's having a bit of a day. And we're almost at points of resistance that we found resistance before, support before. We're probably going to get tied up here. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but I wouldn't, if you buy here, that's great, but you're probably not going to get too much out of it. We probably move up like another 1/4%. Find some turbulence. Of course, we'll find turbulence. We're overbought on 2 out of our 3 indicators, and on the 1 hour time frame, we're overbought overall. So just it makes sense that, of course, now we probably do cool down a little bit, but I think you have a little bit higher to go. Daily time frame, RSI is kind of neutral, nothing really to go off of, but the stochastics do look bullish. The MACD is building some bullish momentum and looks to be acting productive here. We'll see. You've got a lot of proving, but if we keep up the good work here, if we provide higher lows, we don't take out lower lows, and we continue to grow, these indicators are really shaping up for March to be a pretty good month. And if March is a good month, you guys, what I mean by that is we should see a snap back, a breakout of this overall correction. Okay, something that isn't like this, but it's different, and it might even be more fierce, right? Notice, like for example, when here we're correcting down, okay, we're in a correction, whatever, you're in a consolidation phase. Notice how these movements up are. You see how all these movements are, and then what's the move that broke us out of this range? Do you see that? Do you see how different this move was? How much more persistent it was? It wasn't just a 1 week pump and then 2 weeks of consolidation, 1 week pump and then 3 or 4 weeks of consolidation, right? It wasn't consolidation and then 1 week that wicks up and then wicks down. It wasn't this short-lived stuff. It was a lot more persistent. That's what I think March and even going into April is going to be like. Now, in that same kind of context, here we're really boring. Here we're kind of exciting. We're moving down very fast. I wouldn't say we're so boring. But in that same kind of context, a move like this, what might that produce for us? That might produce, something that takes us all the way up to 15 cents, which we're at 10 cents right now. That's a 50% move in maybe a month or two. That's not bad, guys. It's really not that bad. And then again, a very similar move here in expectation to here would put us right here at this prior area of resistance and prior support. It kind of makes sense, but we're still in this lower high dynamic. I wouldn't be surprised if in March or April we found resistance around, I'm gonna up it a little bit. I'm gonna say 16 cents, 16 to 20 cents. But ultimately, the call from here, from 10.1 cents, the call for me is that we go to the golden ratio. That's what I'm calling for. I think before May, maybe in March, probably in April, we will see a 24 to 27.7 cent Dogecoin. That's my thoughts. We likely will pull back from there and find support here. And if I'm right, we should continue to grow. But if I'm wrong, maybe this isn't an ABC correction. Maybe it's a deeper trend than that. I don't know. Maybe it's something different. But it looks pretty perfect in my opinion. So with that, I'm going from the perspective of an ABC correction. The correction's over. Now we're starting the next leg higher as in above this high. That doesn't mean that March, April will take us here. That just means we're starting. We're starting. This path can take some time. It could be June of 2027 before we get above this high. But it starts now. That's all I'm calling for. So I got nothing else. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I don't assume that human beings in this world will have too many opportunities to buy Dogecoin anywhere around 10 cents. You can be of the select few that take that opportunity, that seize that moment for what it is. that's all I'll leave you with. Hit that like button. Take care. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.